Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you're having a great Friday. And to my North Carolinians and South Carolinians and folks living in Florida and on the East Coast, I hope you guys are safe. And so today I am going to talk to you about the dreaded annual review, which do not have to be dreaded. And so my name is Michelle Weathersby, and we're just going to talk about a few questions that you need to ask your manager before you have that meeting with your manager about the annual review. And so some of the questions that you want to ask is, do I understand the purpose and value of the performance management process? And so this is very important because if you don't understand the purpose and your goals, then you're not going to reach your goals, and you need to reach your goals. So make sure you're having that conversation with your manager. So you're clear, they're clear about your next steps. The next one is, do I understand that the primary focus of the year-end review is to support my accomplishments and development? This is so very important. If your job title is one thing and your request for completion of projects is something different, again, you need to have that conversation with your manager to make sure things are clear. And all of this information should be stated at the beginning of the year, not right at the end of the review, because at the end of the review, it's too late. So you want to make sure that you're having this discussion early. The next one is, am I clear on the steps I must take to prepare for the year-end review? Do I know the time targets? This third one is really important. So with the time targets, have you been reaching your targets up until this time? So again, we're about to go into the fourth quarter. There is still time to fix what perhaps something that may be broken. Unless, of course, if your review is this month, then it's too late. But usually within, if you have like about 3 more months, then you can have a deep conversation with your manager so you can find out what is going on and if it's too late. And the last one is, have I shared my questions and concerns with my manager? Your manager is a person just like you. You need to share your concerns with your manager again before the review, before the final review. In fact, you should be having a one-on-one with your manager on a monthly basis, at least a monthly basis, to make sure that you are reaching those targets. You want to reach the targets that they have set forth because usually you agree upon them. Of course, things happen. Sometimes targets change. If those targets change, then you need to have that conversation with your manager. And when you have that conversation with your manager, get an addendum within your annual review. Make sure that's in your record or an email, something to show that your targets have changed. And if your target has changed, perhaps the timeline has changed. And so the original timeline that you spoke about, that could be completely different. Have it in writing. Have the conversation with your manager. This is what your manager is for. A great manager wants to see you to succeed, but again, you have to have the conversation with them. Set the time to have the conversation with your managers. Sometimes a manager can be really busy. That's okay. Send the email out to her, send the email out to him to see if your targets are being reached. And you need to get an answer, I would say within 2 weeks after you send that email. That's the longest that I would give it. Again, so you know that you are reaching your target. So again, my name is Michelle Weathersby, and I can be reached on LinkedIn if you have any questions. We'll go more into the annual reviews again as it gets closer and closer to Christmas. And you guys have just a wonderful weekend. I look forward to hearing your responses and your questions. Have a great weekend.